Hello and welcome to NoLook Reviews, where we watch United games so you don't have to. Today, we're going to predict the Premier League season of 2024-25 and see who ends up top 4, top 8, and then who gets relegated. So, mostly the big stuff, mid-table, don't really care about, it's too much work. And, yeah, starting off, relegation.
Ooh, this is going to be a tough one.
Generally, a lot of people say that the 3 teams that came in from Championship go back down, but this season we have Leicester City, Southampton, and Ipswich Town coming in. So I don't think Ipswich goes down. I don't know what other people think, but Leicester and Southampton have a good chance, I think, of going back down.
I agree. It's more than actual facts and analysis. Is just hope that Kieran McKenna can do something this season. Yeah. Former United coach, so wishing him all the best.
Yep.
And I'm gonna make sure that Ipswich stays on in my prediction. I'll go with one name. It's gonna be a bit surprising, but I think this is the season where Forest might be relegated finally. They've been flirting with it for the past couple of seasons.
Very close.
Yeah, just escaping, but I think this season is it.
Yeah. I mean, if Ipswich Town could be another, like, Burnley type of situation where they play exciting football, they show some potential, but they just lack something that they just can't pull through. Like, Company got a job at Bayern Munich, playing the way he did, showing the potential of his tactics, I guess. Let's see what happens. Let's see how Bayern Munich plays. It's going to be exciting to see that as well. But it could be something similar with Ipswich. Maybe McKenna tries to play his game, still loses a bunch of shit, and then ends up going back down.
Happened with Luton too. Like they played good football, but they couldn't keep themselves up. So let's hope Ipswich does, because we want them to do well. Yeah.
And again, if he plays too well, then it might be Eric Ten Hag's job on the line.
So I think there's a couple of people that are lined up before him. So
I don't know if there's a lot of people lined up before. I mean, Tuchel was one of the.
It's going to Ruud. If anything happens, it's going to
Ruud. Let's see how good he is.
I think that's the only reason why he's there.
Maybe. Yeah. I mean, there's also the other guy, Rene Hake. Yeah. You never know. But yeah, moving on. Back to the predictions. Leicester City, Southampton, and Nottingham Forest as well. I kind of agree. Nottingham Forest very likely can go down. They only really have one player or two that really make a difference, but they've always been coming very close to it. And Leicester City has lost a lot of good players. Obviously, they're going to come back to the Premier League, but I just don't have too much hope for the team.
I mean, they lost their coach to Chelsea, so that's the one big thing. I don't know who's coming in right now, but
you never know.
It's not looking good.
Yeah. All right. So top 4 and top 8.
Let's start bottom up. All right. Let's start from 8 going upwards.
All right. So we did do this by position. Relegation wasn't exactly by position.
Yeah.
But this one in 8th place, we did agree with this kind of, at least the 5th to 8th positions. It's gonna have to be 8th position, West Ham United.
Great business this summer.
Yeah.
Amazing business this summer.
Decent squad.
I mean, honestly, I'm just hoping they don't do too well, because our teams are gonna suffer. But I think they're still gonna do enough to finish 8th. Maybe it might take time for this season for them to gel, but they're a threat, man.
Yeah, I mean, they have Bowen, one of the top scorers last season. They have what's his face, the right winger. Kudus.
Yeah,
he's really good. They brought in.
They're adding Fulkrug.
Yeah, Fulkrug is a great striker.
Yeah,
one of the best players, at least in Borussia Dortmund last year. Really good at link up. Really good, like, helping people on. And then if he can help Kudus, he's gonna have a great season. If he helps Bowen again, that's gonna be a great season for him too. Yeah. So it's gonna be an exciting season for them, but I think they'll just come a little short to what their expectations. I know people think that West Ham United might end up in Europe, but I don't think, not this season. Maybe next. Maybe another one after that. But yeah. 7th place, Aston Villa. Also a big shock. Played really well last season. But because they played well last season, they're in Europe this year, and we saw what happened in Newcastle. I think it's going to be a similar situation. too many games. Squad fitness might be an issue. Squad depth might be an issue.
Yeah.
That's just what's gonna happen. But who knows? Emery might pull something off. You don't know.
You never know.
You never know.
So, from one new contender to another, in 6th place, we're gonna go with Newcastle.
Ooh.
Slight improvement on last season, but I still think the issues persist. They have lots of injuries. I don't think their squad depth is particularly that good.
No.
They're riding on the fact that Eddie Howe's a good coach.
Yep.
But we saw what happened when he was at Bournemouth. Eventually he went down.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be hit and miss. I think they're still going to do well enough.
Mm-hmm.
They have a good structure behind them. So I think they'll be 6th, but that's probably their ceiling.
A lot of people are saying mid-season Tuchel replaces Eddie Howe.
Could be.
Maybe he goes to England. Maybe Eddie Howe just calls it. I'm like, goes to England, takes that job. But you never know. You never know what happens. Next up, 5th place. It's a big one because after that it's top 4 and got to put someone here. Not making Champions League. It's gonna have to be Liverpool for us.
Yeah.
First season, Arne Slot. They did not make any signings. Still have a really strong squad, but it really depends on how Slot can put up that team and actually set them up. If they can be set up for success under him, but it's gonna be an exciting season. It's a very, very shaky. You just can't predict what's gonna happen with Liverpool. They're one of the best teams in the Prem in the recent seasons, but new manager. Let's see.
I think it's just going to be a season of chaos with them too. I mean, again, just like Newcastle, Aston Villa, it's going to be hit and miss games, but because they're Liverpool, they have those great players.
Yeah.
They'll do better than them, but I don't think they'll quite make it.
Yeah.
Because in 4th place, we have Ange Postecoglou's Spurs. Spurs.
Spurs. I mean,
2nd season for him.
Yeah. Exciting football.
Yeah. I think it's going to be an improvement. They've signed good players. They got Dominic Solanke.
Yeah, big signing.
65 million from Bournemouth. So
it's crazy money.
But I think he's a really good striker.
Yeah.
Something that they really needed. So let's see. I think they're going to build on last season. Hopefully they can avoid injuries. If they do, I think it's a comfortable top 4 for them.
Yeah, I mean Madison's very injury prone, so that's probably going to happen.
Yeah.
They probably need to rest him for a couple games here and there whenever they're playing. They're playing Europe and then whatnot, so they'll have to be very careful with what they do. But yeah, it's going to be an exciting season for him too. Let's see how Ange settles in for a 2nd season. If he's changed a couple things, if Richarlison can maybe make an impact off the bench, if Johnson can play better, who knows? Who knows what happens? They have an exciting squad too.
Yeah, very good point.
Moving on, 3rd place.
Right.
A lot of people probably don't predict this, probably don't agree with us, but being as delusional as Man United fans are, we're going to put in Manchester United in 3rd place. And, I mean, good start.
Yeah, good start to the season.
Alone at the top. By the time this video is out, we're probably going to not be up there. I don't know. Who knows? But we signed a couple of good players, improved the squad. I don't think we're worse than last season. Casemiro's performed well for the first game at least. Yeah. This is after the Fulham game, so if you see this later on, then just remember that. But yeah, it's exciting. If our left backs come back from injury, we can actually do and put in some good balls, put in some good crosses, create some chances. Luke Shaw, as everyone knows, great player, but fairly stupid guy to go to the Euros.
Yeah, should never have gone.
Yeah, and the club should have stopped him too. Someone should have stopped him, but it is what it is. Patriotic as fuck. But yeah.
Yeah, nothing else to say other than the fact that you're United fans, so we have to predict a good season, or else why are we supporting them?
Yeah.
But, I think United 3rd is fair. I think it's the most optimistic view we could have.
Yeah.
Which is still kind of realistic, but. Alright, so moving on to the top 2.
I mean, everyone's been I wouldn't say very split on this. Most people, I think, are still predicting Man City winning another season.
Yeah.
Some people are optimistic about Arsenal because they've gotten so close. But at this point, it's just testing their mentality.
Yeah.
You're very much testing Arteta's mentality. You're testing the players' mentality. You've seen how They get under pressure. They've still held on. They've still like fought for the top place. But again, you're coming up against Pep and his Man City. They have a lot of good players. They didn't even make any real signings this year. The only one that they have is Savinho, who was very much another Riyad Mahrez. Pretty much, a lot of people say. Even he, I think, mentioned that he likes Mahrez and likes the way he plays. So, but yeah, what we are predicting is Arsenal winning the league. We do think that they will keep on. They will play on. They will perform consistently as they have in the past 2 seasons. And Man City might drop off a little bit.
I think their squad depth this season is just a bit short.
Yeah.
Because they're going to be competing on all fronts. We know them.
Champions League, FA Cup, everything.
They might. I think they're going to fall a bit short. I think the pickpocket that Arteta hired is just going to bring Arsenal over the line. So
maybe that might be it.
Arsenal at the top.
Right. I mean, Man City doesn't have another striker, other than Haaland. Oscar Bob is injured at the start of the season. Rodri misses the first game against Chelsea, so let's see how that goes. But yeah, Arsenal, they don't have a lot of more signings. They just have California. So yeah,
let us know what you think.
Yeah,
comment below. Don't flag us. Don't report us on our predictions. This is just us being us, typical casual United fans.
Delulu.
That's talk. But we shall see you again in a couple of days.
Yeah.
Take care.
Take care. See ya.